got chickens. Got one carload of hogs back there. Way back in the passenger car, there's a little baby crying for his mom. And the mama was just kind of laughing. Then down on the Gulf Coast, if you listen real close, you can hear some seagulls out over the Gulf of Mexico. There in that big puddle beside the railroad track, there's one big bullfrog.
Bullfrog for supper.
Right as we were slowing the train down, this little puppy playing on the track and kind of scared him, and he ran off. The whole time this was going on, there was a mosquito flying around that gatekeeper's room. Gatekeeper said, "You're all right, son. Get that train out of here." So he starts picking up some speed. Blows that whistle kind of long and lonesome like Kayton Roberts does. He said, "I fooled you, I fooled you. I got pig iron, I got pig iron, I got all pig iron. Well, the Rock Island line's a mighty good road. The Rock Island line, it's a road to ride. Rock Island line's a mighty good road. If you want to ride, you got to ride it like a find to get your ticket at the station. But the Rock Island line." Doctor said before he died, 2 more drinks he'd like to try. The engineer said, "Can they be? Hot cup of coffee and a cold glass of tea." Well, the Rock Island line's a mighty good road. The Rock Island line, it's a road to ride. Rock Island line's a mighty good road. If you want to ride, you got to ride it like a find to get your ticket at the station. But the Rock Island line. Well, I may be right, I may be wrong, but you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. Scarlet Town, where I was born, there was a fair maid dwelling, made all the youth cry all day long, and her name was Barbara. 'Twas in the merry month of May, the dogwood buds a-swelling, sweet William on his deathbed lay for the love of Barbara. He sent his servant unto her to the place where she be dwelling. Said, "My master's sick, and he bids you come if your name be Barbara." So very slowly she got up, and slowly went she nigh him. And as she stood beside his bed, said, "Young man, I think you're dying." So lightly walked she across the fields, and heard the death bell knelling. Every bell seemed to say, "Hard-hearted Barbara." Father, Father, go make my bed. Make it long and narrow. Sweet William died of true, true love, and I will die of sorrow. They buried her in the old churchyard. He lay there beside her. On his grave grew a red, red rose, and on hers grew a briar. They grew and grew up the old church tower, till they could not grow no higher. There they tied in a lover's knot the rose around the briar. In Scarlet Town, where I was born, there was a fair maid dwelling, made all the youth cry all day long, and her name was Barbara. Her name was Barbara.
Kayton was born in Florida. What, 1938?
You got ready to meet a long time ago out there.
What year were you born?
1933. 1833 or was it 1933?
And there was a man that lived in this town named Chubby Wise.
Yeah, right.
And tell us about Chubby Wise and how you became acquainted with him.
Okay. Chubby Wise is a man who's a great fiddle player, and he was one of my dearest friends as a kid growing up, and of course he played on the Grand Ole Opry, and he was bouncing around while he got a job with Hank Snow, and so he'd come down to Lake City where he was from, and I was working over at Sears Roebuck, and so the phone rung and over at the place where I worked at Sears Roebuck, and he said, there's a barber right across the road over there, and he says, I want you to come over here. He said, somebody wants you to see. And he said, well, God, what over there? It's Chubby Wise. So anyway, so we all made up a thing that we'd all get together that night, and Chubby was a fiddle player, and of course, he's about half grown too, but that was Chubby for you. But anyway, so we all decided to go over there and kind of celebrate where Chubby's visiting, for kind of a home visit. So after about 30 minutes, I didn't even carry my steel at all. I would get there like this. I was going to play with Chubby because he was the featured act. And so after a while, Chubby kept playing. And he turned around and looked at me and he says, "Kate," says, "I didn't know you could play rhythm guitar like that." I said, "You better believe it." And but anyway, he says, "Hey, we got a guy that's fixing to quit and go to work with Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs in their television show and played the slap rhythm." And he says, that job's going to be open pretty quick. Would you be interested in that? I said, me interested in going to Nashville, Tennessee? I was about 32, 33 right then. And I said, yeah, I sure would. I'd be crazy if I didn't, because that's what I've wanted to do all my life, And he said, I'm going to. And before it was over, he says, hey, they tell me that you played steel guitar too. I says, best I ever heard. No, I was kidding. I'm full of bulls. So and he said,
surprise.
Yeah. And he said, how far from you live here? So I've heard you can play pretty good steel guitar. And I said, well, I live about 4 miles. And he said, run get it. I'd like to hear you play. So let's play with this ring out of the wedge.
Well, I don't know that song.
Well, I'll tell you what.
That's the one I know.
That's who he's playing a while ago.
Okay. Yellow Roses?
Yellow Roses.
Hey, okay. That's the one I know now.
But now what it was, see, the pedal steel guitar is what Hank had, but he didn't like it. He didn't want pedal steel guitar because see, pedals is all right, but this one's got it, 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 and it's got so full, so you can't tell one from another. And but at least playing like this, you do it, and so they hear you. So
That's for all the pedal steel players in the audience.
yeah. But anyway, he wanted me to play something like Joe Talbot. All right, what key?
Key of A, I hope.
Hey, all right, but I play the style that I played with Hank Snow because. Hank Snow had his style of music, and when you play for a band like that, you play what they won't play. You know that's your job to do it, and that's what I'll be doing here. And I play like that Joe Talbot played for Hank Snow. All right.
See, we're still in A. I just received, sweetheart, your yellow roses. They tell me that it means that we're all through. They tell me that tonight your heart is broken. You must know I've never been untrue. I'll place them near your photograph, and as the petals fall, they'll hide from you my lonely tears that shouldn't fall. But all, then they will slowly fade away and die. Yellow roses always mean goodbye. Kayton Roberts. So after you played that pretty song,
he said, so he got down on the floor. I said, Chevy, what are you doing down there? He says, Kayton says, Hank Snow has been looking for all his steel guitars that went to pedals, and he says, he is hunting somebody what to do, just what you're doing. And he says, I didn't know I'd come here at home to spot somebody that could do that. so that's how he, and about 2 or 3 months later, he called me, and I went up there ever since, and I've been there ever since I was about 33 then, and I'm 81 now.
Wow. So Kayton is familiar with a lot of the other steel players who play in that style.
Yeah.
You mentioned that Jerry Bird was one of your big influences.
He was my favorite, yeah. And Don Helms, and he was my. Now he could tell the jokes and get right in your face and laugh at them, and it just drive you crazy. He was a fun man.
So you toured with Hank Snow for 31 years.
31 years. Yeah.
Did you record much with him?
Some, but mainly most of his recording was in the context of the RCA Victor. We call it the people around in that. But they better, because I didn't care for recording. I don't like to record. I just don't like to.
You're a live guy.
No, I just. But
Yeah.
But I have made several recordings with him and a lot of other people. My goodness, like telling somebody about recording with Ricky Skaggs, that old song. Jimmy C. Newman had it when he was singing regular songs instead of Cajun songs.
So you were on the Opry for those 31 years.
Oh
right?
yeah. When we wasn't on the road, we was on the Opry.
What was that like to be on the Opry?
I don't know. I looked around and didn't see. No, it's like that right here. You're just like people. There's people watching. You listen to it, and if you make a move, but that's what it's about.
Was Hank Snow one of the people who enjoyed having visitors backstage at the Opry? Or
No. He did not like anybody in the dressing room with him when he was rehearsing. He didn't like that. Now, the Roy Acuff room was wide open, but that's the way Hank was, and he wanted to do it right, and that's how he did it.
Talk to us about the toupee.
Oh, now here's the man about the toupee, Rob. Yeah, okay.
I own one of Hank Snow's toupees. And, I apologize because I didn't even think about bringing it with me. It has a total display case, so I'm hoping I'll get to come back sometime.
Next year, yeah.
Feature Hank Snow's toupee. We were playing a show down in Decatur, Georgia, and I just got the toupee. And the guy that booked us was a big fan of just any country music. So just in talking about the show, I mentioned, I just got Hank Snow's toupee. And he went, oh, could you bring it to the show? I never thought about, taking it on tour with me. And I said, yeah, I guess I could. I said, I got an uncle that does a lot of woodwork. I said, I could probably get him to make a case or some kind of display thing for it. He goes, well, do you promise me you'll bring it? And I said, well, yeah. And he goes, because I want to put it on the poster. So there was this poster, Rob McNurlin, his cowboy band featuring legendary steel guitar player Kayton Roberts, and down at the bottom it said, plus bonus attraction, Hank Snow's toupee. And the funny thing was, one of my buddies seen the poster, and he calls, he goes, who's this band, Hank Snow's toupee, that's open? They'd be a great band, man. Kayton has several funny stories about it.
Oh, yeah. You're not talking about the toupee, huh? Okay. Tell a story about Chubby Wise with it.
Well, Hank Snow had his system. Like he'd be here with his and he'd have the mic right about his belly button right there, and he'd have one here. So whenever he sang, then he'd just stand right there and pick his. And he did his own picking. He liked to do that, and of course he was boss, so he did what he wanted to do. So that's fine. And now over here, the rhythm guitar player. Now he wanted the rhythm guitar player standing right here side of him, right in his ear, and on this side was guess who? Chubby. And Chubby was kind of a stocky fella, and he'd get right with that fiddle, and people like that fella sitting right there. Now he would be perfect for that. And then that fiddle bow would go up and down, and he got the idea of boy, look at about every rate that he makes with that nearly pulls that toupee off, and I think that's where that got started, and that thing floated everywhere because Hank was bald-headed, of course, and well, I'm getting that way too, but anyway, and so that's how all that story got started, but. It wasn't too bad, but it's funny, and I know Ralph Emery and a lot of people on WSM, people laugh about that. But it was fun.
Kayton,
Yeah.
you're going to have to tell the naked story.
Yeah, tell
Yeah.
she's the boss, so tell me
do
one about
that.
the lady wrestlers.
Don't leave anything out.
Do we have any kids in here?
You know it.
I'll just clean it up.
No, don't clean it up.
No,
Don't clean it up. Let her rip.
Well, we was up in Detroit one time, and Chubby Wise, he and him and Hank liked one another because they was friendly to one another. And so Chubby told me, he said, Hank was this town here a lot. He says, one night he
Sit down, the mic will be in the right place.
well, but anyway, he told me, he said, I tell you about one of the funniest things that's ever happened. It says Hank Snow, he run into one of these women wrestlers, and so he got a date with her, and of course after her wrestling and getting her and Hank got in the room together.
Mm-hmm.
What were they doing in the room, Dave?
Playing checkers, I'm sure. But anyway, so anyway, both of them got drunk, and they started tussling with one another. After a while, clothes all come off, and they was tussling with one another. And so she said, "Now here's how we get them around the neck, and she was really giving him the blues, actually. So she really got in and got that toupee. She said, that scared her to death. I mean, and she just busted through that door going down the hall, she had scalped him. And of course, he went up, he said, I miss. Down the hall, and miss, come back, bring me my toupee. So that was okay.
Let's have another song.
We need a song.
That big 8-wheel roll down the track means your true love daddy ain't coming back. I'm moving on. I'm rolling on. You've been flying too high in the low sky. I'm moving on. That big loud whistle that's blue and blue said, Lord, the Southland, we're coming to you. We're moving on. Oh, hear my song. You got the laugh on me, so I set you free. I'm moving on. Mama, won't you please listen to me? I got a pretty mommy in Tennessee. I'm moving on. I'm rolling on. Let's shovel the coal, let the rattler roll. I'm moving on. Mr. Engineer, take the throttle in hand. This rattles the fastest in the southern land. I'm moving on. Oh, hear my song. Don't mind getting there on time. I'm moving on. But you just wouldn't listen to paving the mind. I'm moving on. I'm rolling on. Well, I'm through with you too bad you're blue. moving on. Really glad you stopped here.
That was Hank Snow's biggest hit of all time. And did you know he, the Billboard magazine, he hit that song stayed #1 for 22 weeks. Can you imagine somebody staying on that song? I think Tennessee Ernie Ford had one record. I think it was one of them things that he had. He got one. He got one for 23. But and Hank got another one for 20 weeks. That's it don't hurt anymore.
I'd like to take a couple minutes and introduce the other member of the group here on stage, Aaron Tatterson. Aaron's from Ashland, right? And he's just graduated high school and he's going off to college at the University of Louisville.
Aaron usually plays lead guitar for us, but he's sitting in on bass today. So.
Aaron, I have a memory of you being in Augusta before.
Yeah, I've been here. I used to go for.
Talk about that a little bit.
I used to go for Blues Week, and I came once for Country Week, and now I'm here.
Were you a youth scholarship?
I wasn't. I wish I was.
But you've been an Augusta student.
Yeah, I have. I love it, and I'm back.
Good to have you here.
Yeah.
How about a hand for Aaron? Rob is a Christian man and very devoted to his religion. Has written a number of really inspirational songs. I think one of your better songs is Rock and Roll.
Okay.
You want to play the rock and roll song?
At those people. We'll do a gospel song called On the Rock and Roll song. You should try that at church sometime. The preacher goes. Well, are you on the rock and roll, brother? Are you on the rock and roll? Are you standing on the rock? Is your name on the roll? Are you on the rock and roll? It's a mighty, mighty long way to glory, but you're bound to go. No matter what lies in the path ahead, if you're on the rock and roll. Are you on the rock and roll, brother? Are you on the rock and roll? Are you standing on the rock? Is your name on the roll? Are you on the rock and roll? Jesus stands ready and waiting, the Savior for a weary soul. He wants to write your name in glory and put you on the rock and roll. Well, are you on the rock and roll, brother? Are you on the rock and roll? Are you standing on the rock? Is your name on the roll? Are you on the rock and roll? Play one more time. Everybody sing. Are you on the rock and roll, brother? Are you on the rock and roll? Are you
talk a little bit about your instrument there? How long have you had this particular steel?
This right here?
Yeah.
50. I bought this in 1951.
1951.
2 more payments, it'll be mine.
Tell us a little bit about the instrument. Give us a tour of the instrument. How many strings? You have 2 necks
8 on
there.
each one.
Yes,
2 necks.
this is a dove. Those of you who can't see, there's 2 necks.
2 necks and 8 on each neck.
8 strings on each neck, and they're 2 different tunings.
Yeah, well, you tune it different for whatever you want.
So what tunings do you have right now?
Well, this is C6 tuning, and on down here on this side, you got a 8, so it's a kind of a dual tuning. But that's what makes it good for you, because whatever you want, it's there.
So tell us, these are musicians here, they understand the notes. Tell us from the high to the low on that C6. What are do you know the names of the strings?
I know, I don't. That's E,
But
that's
you know, he does have some papers, and if you're really interested, he does. Oh, we're out of papers.
He's out of paper.
Oh, it's on his Facebook page.
Yeah.
The Steel Guitar Facebook
Yeah.
page, so you can look it up.
Yeah.
So you have a C6 tuning on the lower neck, and what about the
well, this up here, it should have been an A tune, E tune, but due to the fact that I do a but it makes pretty chimes like that, and so I set this up one more from what it had. See, it's my own doings, so I reckon nobody else has them like mine, but if they want to, I'd give it to anybody that wants
Well,
one.
I know 2 people that have it like yours, and that would be Chris Scruggs in Nashville,
Yeah.
that's playing with Marty Stewart now, and Andy Gibson that plays with Hank Three,
Oh,
because
yeah.
they both play just like Kayton, because they came and took lessons
Lucky
from
people.
Kayton.
The one thing that Kayton does a lot of that you might not be noticing is working with his foot pedal.
Yeah.
He's got a volume pedal, and that's what gives a lot of the expression.
Vibrato.
He does his tone control a lot, too.
Yeah, like it.
He's got a volume pedal, some of you might, or a volume knob there that he's getting with his right
Flip it
hand.
with whichever neck you want to on this one.
There's a little toggle switch that you can't see between the 2 necks. So, is that a Gibson, or is there
A Fender.
a Fender?
Fender, yeah. Yes.
Do you have other steel guitars? Is this your own?
Well, no,
instrument?
my daughter got one that they found one for good money on the eBay price. And anyway, so they decided to buy that, so they let me have it. And when these strings get kind of worn out, I change it to the other one, and then I change it to the other one over here. Now, have you noticed I have a Canadian? I am not a Canadian. And there ain't nothing wrong with Canadians. I love them because
It's almost like another country.
yeah. But I know Ricky Skaggs told me, he says, Kayton, I didn't know you was from Canada. I said, I'm not. But I just have these things in Canada with my guitar here and my amplifier because, well, I have so many friends in Canada. And that just draws you closer.
You still
That's
go,
why them people love me up there.
don't you still go to Canada once a year?
Well, no, we got out of that. Two years ago, I had a pneumonia for 4 months, and I was in that time. And the next year, me and Roger was fixing to go this past year, and we already had our planes, tickets, and everything. And Roger he had three operations like that, and that blew him out. And I told him I ain't going by myself. I don't want to go by one plane by myself.
So you don't travel that much anymore?
No.
Let's say, you have some original instrumentals, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I've got a lot of them.
Would you care to play one?
What you want to play?
Cool. We did Opryland Swing a second ago. So
Yeah.
we can do Cage Junkyard or
All right, let's do that.
the name and the
Kayton's Rag. Kayton's Rag.
key. Okay. What keys it in?
F.
F or C? Okay.
Yeah, I ain't. All right, ready? All right.
Get it.
Kayton, you just make me smile. I want to talk about your animal noises.
We've done some of them a while ago.
I know, I heard. I enjoyed those animal noises. What did Hank Snow think of those animal noises?
Well, he liked them.
Did he?
Yeah, he did that once in a while. Yeah, he was just kind of a straightforward man, but he had his moments, and he wasn't bad.
He didn't mind a little bit.
No, little foolishness. He was okay. I'll tell you, with him a long time.
What was your nickname for him?
No, I didn't have no nickname. I just got a name Hank.
Didn't you call him Legend?
No, I wouldn't do that. He didn't like that. He didn't like nobody call him Legend.
Okay. Never mind, I said that.
But he was a good fellow, and I've enjoyed my years with him.
We're in a slow Hank song.
Okay.
Slow songs.
Want to do Full Such as That?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, here's my favorite song.
Yeah.
I love this. Oh, I got.
String back up there.
Now that's what these strings are different for. And but
It's funny. I'm with Kayton a lot, and I love Kayton. I can't tell you how much Kayton means to me. But it's getting less all the time, though. Everybody in the whole world's crazy except me and you, Kayton.
Yeah.
I'm starting to wonder about you. So. Kayton will play something great on the steel, and I'll be going, and you go, oh, I can show you how to do that in 5 minutes. So I don't know if he can show you all how to do it in 5 minutes, but so far it hasn't rubbed off on me. Full Such as That?
what key?
Hey, I don't know.
All right, here we go.
Pardon me if I'm sentimental when we say goodbye. Don't be angry with me should I cry. 'Cause you know I love you, dear, and as years go by, now and then there's a fool such as I. Now and then there's a fool such as I am over you. You taught me how to love, and now you say that we're all through. I'm a fool, but I love you, dear, and will till the day I die. Now and then there's a fool such as I. Now and then there's a fool such as I am over you. You taught me how to love, and now you say that we're all through. I'm a fool, but I love you, dear, as years go by. Now and then there's a fool such as I.
Well, we have a few more minutes. I'd like to open it up to questions. Anybody have any questions for Rob, Kayton, or Aaron? No questions? No?
When do we eat?
Got some, yeah, there's some way back here.
I wanted to ask a question about Hank Snow. I understand that towards the end there of his performances at the Opry, that finally he just one day came off stage, put his guitar in the case, and just said something to the effect, "It's not working," or "This is it," and wasn't too much longer until after that he had passed. Is that?
Well, we quit working the Opry about, I think it was 96. And so that left him about 3 or 4 years. And he wasn't one to gesture back into anyway. So I really don't know. But
Didn't he occasionally call you though and say, "Hey, we might work the Opry this weekend"? But didn't he call you? But you never worked.
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
right?
Well,
yeah. He would call you every now. and then.
He would call. Well, he would call. He said, "Kayton," he says, "I'm feeling pretty good this week." He says, "We just may go play the Opry this weekend." I said, "That's right, Hank. We'll give them HELL. We'll." No, but it wasn't a big thing. But see, about the last year of when he played the Opry, he was having problems with like, for instance, he'd love to do that old song, "Old Shep," about the dog. You know, everybody heard that. They won't play it anymore, but I don't know why. But they never play that anymore on the radio. And life and death is all of us is predicament. But anyway, but he got to where that he would mess up on his you know, they had some recitations in that, and he'd forget them, and he didn't like to do that. And other than that, I think he just just like you said, I think we didn't go no more. So, but that's the way probably a lot of them, because I hear a lot of them on the stage they get that they're out of and so it's about right, maybe about right that he did that. And but about the last year, he was having problems with his and another thing is he had what do you call that eye. No, it wasn't cataract.
Glaucoma.
Glaucoma?
Yeah, I think so. And he was having a lot of problems with that too. So he was having a lot of problems, and he didn't like to mess up his business, and because we played Moving On. We played it 4 million times, but he would get in there and we'd rehearse that, and he wouldn't stop it, and he'd rehearse. A lot of people that get up there and they'll sing a song, and then you hear them sing it like while they're putting something else to it, you know. But he didn't do that, and I'm glad he didn't, because he was Hank Snow.
Tracy.
I probably should have better sense than this, but I'd like to ask the question: who was the fiddler that lifted Hank's toupee?
Well, that was not happened. It never happened. But it was such a good thing that they held on to it. And it's Chubby Wise, and Chubby, you can hear that, see that fiddle bow going right behind his head, you know. And somebody in that come from an audience like yourself, I bet from somebody, I don't know, but you're right. That was well known. Because Chubb is, he said, no, I don't. And a lot of people said, man, he got fired over that. No, he didn't. No. But it's fun. Okay, that's what we're doing. We're having fun.
Yeah.
All right, we got time for one more song. How about a round of applause for Kayton Roberts?
Kayton, we're going to do the Long Gone Lonesome Blues in the key of D.
D, all right?
Yeah, and you're going to do a big yodel there at the beginning.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I went down to the river to watch the fish swim by. I got to the river so lonesome I wanted to die. Well, I jumped in the river, but the doggone river was dry. She's a long gone Monday she was checking me out. Along about Monday she was going about. Here it is Tuesday, I heard no blues. I got them gone, but not forgotten blues. She's a long gone now. I'm lonesome blue, Mr. Robert. Well, I had me a woman, she couldn't be true. Made me for my money, then she made me blue. A man needs a woman he can lean on. Lean a post, done left and gone. She's long gone now. I'm lonesome blue. I'm gonna find me a river, one that's cold as ice. When I find that river, Lord, I'm gonna pay the price. I'm going down in it 3 times, but Lord, I'm only coming up twice. She's a long gone now. I'm lonesome blue. She's a long gone now. I'm lonesome blue. Thank you all very much.
Stop by the merchandise table and do your shopping. Thank you all for being here. They will be in the concert tonight.
Just saying, you gotta block on this. Plus you're pulling on So you're pulling on it. What sorcery instead of having a pedal, you're pulling on it.
Well, it's the same as because if you swore pedal was a pedal, well, you have to pay a lot of money. But I just learned how to do it. Now, I'll show you something. Well, when I go to there's my cream. Now, right now, what? Now, that's the 1 chord. That's the E chord. E, that's 4 and 5. 1, 4, 5. 4, 5. But now. All right, now you hearing that? You hear a note that ain't right in the middle of it. All right, watch this finger right here.
It needs a bunch of.
Yeah.
See, nobody could ever catch you doing that. And then you let it slide back. That's the old engineer. He pulling that thing down. But See, I just take that finger right under that, and I pull that string there, and it makes it. See, that doesn't. But if I pull that string there and then do that, see, I pull this up here where it overheats.
When you angle that, you're about 2 frets apart.
Yeah, right. This one hits that, and this one hits it. But now, that's sour.
Yeah.